Good morning, guys. Welcome to My Stock Life. It's Tuesday, September the 7th. So, just first thing you need to know is a short week. It's a short week, so any options that you're playing for the weekly, just know that if you're jumping right at the open at 9:30 or 9:35 or 9:40, be ready if the stock does not move for the next 2-3 hours, or it goes sideways, or it dips, or it does this consolidation. You will lose a lot of premium on options. Just keep that in mind, okay? Because it's Tuesday, it's a short week. So after the first 10-15 minutes, there will be a huge shift in premium. It could be to the upside of the stock's ripping or the downside, okay? So keep that in mind. SPY, this is a monthly chart that we're looking at. And so from last year in March, it's up over 100%. Right, just straight up. I mean, just straight up ever since the pandemic, with all the negative news we got, whatnot. Right, it's respecting the ADMA. The last ADMA touch we had was in October 2020, and then in March it gave a little dip towards there. Still didn't touch it. So I'm just waiting for a pullback to ADMA. When might it happen? Next month, maybe after 3 months, maybe after another 6 months, maybe after 3-4 years. I have no idea. Okay, but for now, let's go to the daily now on SPY. We play levels, which is real. It gives us the real numbers, and on the levels, 8 and 21 EMA is just respecting. And SPY, as you guys all know, 450 is our first number, 450, and then there's an 8-point gap all the way towards 442, which I'm giving my next target, but I'll add 446 in between, short term. So 450, 446, 442. I am not saying SPY is going to go down. I'm just saying know these downside levels, 450, 446, 442. As long as we hold above these levels, I think we're still fine for a nice little uptrend. To the upside, we need to take out 454. Okay, for the upside to go up, 454 it takes out. It can keep running towards 460 and whatnot. Okay, but 454 hold is a must. Okay, so that's SPY. Looks great at all-time highs. Nothing wrong with the chart. And then we have tech cues. Same thing. On the daily, looks fine, right? So as long as we stay above these levels, I think we continue going higher. We might have a nice little rip this week and the next week, but eventually I think we do get a small pullback. But when do we get that? No idea. In 1 week, 1 month, or 6 months, I'm not sure. But let's see when the pullback comes. We'll know as we play levels. But for now, the cues are as long as we hold above 382.50-ish. Okay, so 382.50 plus, we go higher. And to the downside, we have 375 and 370. Okay, and as long as we hold above 370, above these levels, we are in a nice little uptrend. Okay, if there's a red day in the cues, I'm not worried, but overall there's strength. Okay, the only reason I repeat this at least once a week, the only reason sometimes you think the market is going down even though the indexes are at all-time high, because you must be playing one of the stocks on a weekly option. You must have gone in heavy and that stock probably went sideways or opposite direction of your call or put, and you lost money on it, and that makes you negative about the market. But the market's at all-time highs, right? SPY's at all-time highs, Q's is all-time highs. So why is one's account should be down? Is because of your own management, because of the decisions you're making. Okay, you're taking more risk in your account. And last night, if you attended the session, we went over account growth and some risk management tips. Okay, and so those attended, I hope you found it helpful. And talked a lot about psychology, which we sometimes don't touch in the sessions. Yesterday I did touch up on it. Okay, and so that's the cues for you and some charts that I have. First, let's go over LB's MSL watch list. Roku. So Roku daily, he was looking at it this morning. Then I also looked at it. It is a strong support, right? This is also known as a shakeout, as he mentioned in the comment, below 200 moving day average. And then the last day, on Friday, they ripped it back up. Do we continue going higher if we take over 360? So personally, he'll give you his own analysis, LB also, but personally, I think 360 plus is must on Roku. If it can hold 360 plus, we can definitely see a move towards 400, a 40-point move. Not even 40, even if you catch 360 to 375, that's a 15-point trade, and you can make a lot of money on that trade. Okay, but again, position sizing matters. How much do you go in with? On a 10K account, how much do you put to risk? Do you put in 150 bucks, or are you gonna put in $1,000? Right? If you're going in with 1,000, then that's 10% of your portfolio. If you're going with a 150, the trade works out in your favor. Great. If it doesn't, you still have 9,850 bucks, close to principal. Okay, so growth takes time initially, and then compounding eventually kicks in. You guys need to understand this. Dash. So Dash beauty. So okay, this chart does look beautiful, right? Personally, I don't play two new IPOs, but this chart does look good. The reason being because it's been holding this level right here for the last many weeks, right? For the last since 21st of June, it's been holding between above 170, above 170, 190. Premiums must have calmed down after this huge shift in the stock, but now it's simple. If it takes a 195, if it takes a 195 and holds based on smaller time frame, you can play this breakout to 200 plus. Okay, so based on smaller time frame, you can play this breakout to 200 plus once it takes a resistance. Okay, because then there's no resistance all the way till like almost 210, 205. Okay, so Dash does look good. Moderna, Investor Day on Thursday. Moderna and Home Depot, I believe he said, HT. So Moderna is a nice breakout after this rectangle. I'll just draw the little cleaner chart. But I think this is a very nice hold here, right? And it broke out, and as long as it holds above 400 first, and then 414. No, that's LB's number, so 414. So Moderna, 414 hold, and potential rip to upside. Okay, so that's Moderna for you. 414 hold on Friday last week, a beautiful move, so I think it goes higher. Pfizer also, we're already in Pfizer, right? And I think as long as Pfizer takes above 47, it holds. Slowly we can climb back to 48, 49, and our options are already up, but we can get much more on it. I'm holding mine. And then Home Depot, this was already on my list as well. Home Depot I love, right? I did put the chart in Discord a couple of days back. Is bumping has with resistance, break of 340 and close above can give us a multi-week run to upside. So this is a daily chart. Let's look at the weekly. So the weekly is a beauty, right? As long as we take over this area right here, we take over this resistance right here to the upside, and this closes near 340 or holds 340 plus, we have a nice little upside to 360 in my opinion. Okay, so Home Depot is definitely on my watch list. I might make a play on it. Amazon, we're already in, made great profits last couple of weeks. In fact, the last couple of months now, we've been just nailing Amazon. And so this is the weekly, looks great. And then we'll just zoom out to monthly. I went in 2023 calls, right? And this month it might even close here, make us a smaller move. But if we do take over a 3,500 plus hold, this can definitely go much higher. It can go all the way towards 3,700. We might get the big move this month, right? Or maybe the following month. Okay, that's what the chart suggests. Of course, it can flush also, so manage your position sizing accordingly. That's what it all comes down to. Know the downside levels. Me, I know the downside level of Amazon, that 3,000 can come, right? Is your position based on this number to the upside? Only you know, right? But I also know if it works out the way I'm managing, that 3,725 it takes out, 4,000 will come. Okay, so manage your numbers, position your sizing well. And then we have Clove. Personally, I mean, I like this company, but I just hate the chart movement for the last few months because they break down the price action, they break down the chart. Like I lose trust in stocks when any stock that goes like this, I simply lose trust in it, right? It goes up like retarded, comes down, goes up, comes down, goes up, comes down. It's just manipulation. It's just people playing with the stock. I personally hate these movements, and I have not touched Clove ever since, right? I mean, because this is a gambler's chart in my opinion. Like I'll be honest with you guys, that's just my opinion. Right? Unless you know the internals of the company for long term, you know their growth, you're looking at certain things, fine, playing equity long term, but playing options here, you have, as soon as you buy options in a stock like this, expect zero immediately. Because it might not move for many days. Now they make the chart look so good here, right? That yes, it's gonna break out. People buy in here, and by the time they don't even take their profits, and boom, they flush it down, right? And then people, it's just been moving sideways, gave a nice little upside move. If you took profits here, great, and now does it break or come down? I don't know, right? I mean, if it takes above these highs of 915, it can run, or they can take out these highs, make you, cause FOMO in the market, and then flush it again. But Clove, above 950, 10, if it can hold, it can run, okay? And the only catalyst I see here, which LB posts, is investor day. So if they announce something, they say certain things, can move the stock, obviously. Okay. VIH, Impact Acquisition Holdings, right? Nice squeeze on last week from 10 to 11, a $1 move, right? So now a stock like this, now for example, let me just show you guys something. This stock was moving sideways in a very small movement for almost 3 months, May, June, and July, okay, and August, okay. The premium has died on the leaps and many stocks. The premium, because there's no IV, there's no volatility in the stock, options were priced really cheap. And if you bought in options right here, and even though it just only made a $1.30 move, those options must have moved by a lot. Why? Because all of a sudden market makers will add premium to them because the stock's moving in an unusual way. But here there is a resistance. 1140 is or anything above 1140, it is resistance. If you go back to May, April, right? And if we go on the weekly, I'll just zoom out a little bit.
Futures just took a dump.
And so LB said futures just took a dump. We'll have to look into it. But it is at resistance. They can easily fail this and go sideways for many, many more months. However, if it takes our last week's highs and holds, we can probably see 1250, 1260. So you can catch a 75 cent to like $1 move on this stock. And then if the squeeze is real, if there's high short interest and some news are coming in, then this can obviously go up even 10 bucks. Who knows about that, right? But just being realistic. And then PayPal, I like weekly is just beauty. I would probably play spreads here, right? And the money, as long as it holds these levels, will probably go up. I'll probably play spreads 2 to 3 weeks out at least. Give one downside week and then, or maybe even 3 weeks out, right? Considering that it goes red for 2 weeks, okay? And if it does take out the highs of last week and holds, this can definitely make all-time highs very soon, okay? So I made comments on this. Okay, so it's respecting the 8 and 21 EMA. On a longer time frame, PayPal in a nice uptrend, close above 315 on weekly, can give us a multi-week run to the upside, okay? Tesla's running pre-market. The chart looks like a beauty, I'm not gonna lie, the chart is a beauty, right? And if we go on the monthly, it's just a beautiful bull flag. I mean, it does not get any prettier than this. And if this bull flag works out, congrats, I mean, you make a lot of money. A move to 780 is there then. 780, okay? And it's gapping up pre-market, but also don't go crazy. Manage your size, that's what it comes down to. Know the downside level. Downside level is all the way to 640 on Tesla, okay? And yeah, guys, so I think it's 8:23. I need to open up my platforms now. It's Tuesday. Last comments again. Don't need to jump in the first 10-15 minutes. I mean, it's up to you what you want to do with it, but we'll only give you the right information according to our expertise. And manage your account. We cannot click buy and sell for you. You need to manage your numbers. Only you know your account. We don't know. Okay. If I'm buying something, if I'm buying an Amazon call for 10 bucks and your account does not allow you to, don't buy it. I mean, wait for the next alert, right? And then maybe next alert I enter something for under $1. Then you also look at the chart, analyze the chart. Do you agree with me, right? If you agree with me, then you make your decision if you want to buy or not. Okay, that's completely up to you. And I think futures are taking a dump. Somebody is posted, so I need to look at those. And all right, guys, see you guys back in the chat. God bless and have a great day. Manage your accounts.